That's the wrong visual. No, they're not playing. No, we're playing Witch and the Hollow Knight. Which, speaking of which, we're continuing the unlocked archive stuff. And afterwards, if we have some time, which we'll definitely, probably, maybe will. Anyways. Oh boy. Moon. Hello.
午前0時を確認しました。
Yeah, oh boy.
前回更新より24時間経過。
Okay.
バックアップ開始。レコード送信。周囲の地形をスキャンします。
Yeah, I definitely remember this fella not having a voice before. I remember that. Was the I ever enemies in?
大気成分窒素異常なし、酸素異常なし、アルゴン異常なし、二酸化炭素異常なし。第5仮説要素異常異常異常あり。周囲の時空連続体に齟齬を確認。第一種危険物との遭遇と断定。視覚領域を主観から客観に変更。自立回路を予備電源に、計測回路を主電源に変更。カメラを赤外線計測から虚数線計測に変更。では、これより戦闘行為の記述を開始します。主よ、どうか我が身を守りたまえ。
The Side City was thickly avoided earlier. Urban development continued unabated, but Mother Nature still grew breadth in its outskirts. Whilst all trees had been turned to lumber, the leaves had begun to turn to mulch. And though the birds scarcely tilted their heads had moved on, the Virtue lived on, a testament to its enduring strength. Until the time that came that the devouring light of civilization became powerful enough to encroach upon nature's mysterious domain. Those woods were no exception. The outlying border between Misaki City and Misaki Hills had been left untouched. Though driven from their nests and dens here, wildlife continued to subsist even today. No longer able to return to the days before man, this was just like any other forest situated next to a town.
Hey dido dido, the cat and the fiddle.
Except for a dwelling robot. Winter had arrived in the woods. The chill cut like a razor. The icy air so thick it could reach one's bones. Exposed cheeks stiffened, and wisps of breath formed swirls in the air before disappearing. It was 1 degree above freezing. The cold snap penetrated every nook and cranny of the woods, from the ground to the trees, to the wildlife. To that cybernetic creature. Wait a minute.
Dakak jumped over the moon. Dalido dog laughed.
So I think the very last part. The forest allowed nobody entry during the day. During the winter, it dwelt the animals to slumber. The still evening air felt like the stagnant breath of the lingering dead. The forest consumed the moonlight, obscuring the sight of even the closest to Red Sea places, reaching the untimely doom of any soul unfortunate enough to become lost within. The only noises to be heard were the whisperings of the wind and the murmurings of the stream. You forgot the bee boops. The immortal darkness stifled any sense of life. Not the breath of an animal, much less that of a person, was drowned in this place. However, a figure in black, not of this place, skulked within. It casts the tiniest, palest of silhouettes, like a small boat lost in a sea of fog. Its trepidatious footsteps echoed through the woods. There, accessing the veil of trees, was the unmistakable likeness of a young girl.
To see such cleft under dish run away with the spoon.
No.
来たぞ来たぞ。いるぞいるぞ。
Right. Piggy.
誰が誰が？誰と誰が？お腹は減ったの？お腹は鳴ったさ。どっちが食べる？どっちも食べる。君は左手。お前は右手。歓迎しないと。感激しないと。何しろようやく楽しいお客。ついでにお腹と脛骨も。せっかくだからよく噛まないと。
The shadows of the streets laughed ominously. A hallucination? An illusion? Or perhaps is it a grill? The shadows frolicked in time to the girl's pace.
さあさあさあさあ。もっと奥へもっと奥へ。ところでダイスは細工済み？お腹の重いローデット。端っこかじったエッジワーク。どうでもいいけど肝心要の6の目だけは出さないように。
The girl knitted her eyebrows. She heard voices and felt the presence of things that should not be, which... What are they again? Scared enough to frighten this particular girl? I just woke up, so I could not tell at the first glance, honestly. SF? Her tightly pursed lips betrayed not a hint of fear. The girl walked of her own humiliation. If she had truly felt fear, her legs would be frozen, deep within the trees. She was perfectly aware of the two humanoid figures stalking her through the still night air.
見たぞ見たぞ。来るぞ来るぞ。もう諦めろ。もう帰れない。あんなに教えてあげたのに。よそに消えないお前が悪い。
The girl halted her steps, reckoned when the accompanying voices died in turn. The babbling brook suddenly sounded like a crackling fire. And then, across the shallow stream, something appeared that should not exist in the city. Much less these words. Not depression.
こんばんは。話のわかる人はいる？
The girl addressed him calmly. These men with their glass ghost grins creeped over sounded like two slugs.
そう。
That's not.
ただの墓守。監視だけが仕事なのね。 失敗したわ。これなら青子に任せればよかった。ああ、けど。
The one grunting man stood still. The other, shaking wildly as if unable to contain himself any longer, turned towards the girl.
青子にはまだ荷が重いわね。そんな姿だけど、あなたたちは一人前の魔術師のようだし。
Her black outfit stared. In her right hand she held a vicious cat, dagger to the deepest night. The Glasgow man let out a yelp of caution and incoherent fear. It was at this moment that he finally bared her intent and emotion.
さようなら、お客様。きっと一瞬だろうから、お別れだけ言っておくわ。
She shuddered at her words. They had no mouths, nor ears, nor brains to begin with. For creatures like these, words were redundant. But they obviously know what fear is. All that existed was the present. For these soulless creatures, fears and hopes were nothing more than an imaginable future. They will definitely experience then in a bit. Then what could be this feeling of foreboding she felt? The spine-chilling miracle that would rip them to pieces not moments from now.
さあ、ごっこ遊びをしましょう。お人形さん。
Her song sounded like a bell echoing through the white woods. The girl's voice vanquished the frost that had gripped the trees. Then...
いやいや、随分待たされた。さあ、赤ずきんの登場だ。
Remembering... The curtains opened and diddle diddle the banquet of the night, and sort of a cow as well. Piggy cow, let's go with that. The confusion, one set-mounted man swooped towards the girl. In fear, Dara fled into the woods behind him. The deformed humanoid darted forward, taking up water as it rushed the girl. She already knew what this fiend was. The grinding figure had scissors for hands of the demon's heart. It was the rich who kidnapped children, mercilessly rendering them into pieces.
トゥイードル。
お任せお任せ。
Tweedle and Dumb.
ようやく出番だ。あらよったう。
The piglet sprouted and rebounded like paddle balls. The stuffed animals that were there, the 3 feet in length, jumped and weaved their way between trees. Even with these strange creatures before him, the grinding man did not match his blink. He raised his arms, but what emerged from his coat sleeves are not the human appendages you would expect. In their place, fiendish cleavers more than 1.5 feet in length. These appendages, the way he pulled out them was pretty cool. These appendages, which had torn so much of their prey to pieces, sliced cleanly through the flying pig's skulls. His limbs froze in place. The pig's bodies were sliced perfectly in half. And then, bisected from head to tail, the pig's innards became as alligator jaws and clamped down upon the grinding man's arms. From fingertips to shoulders, they were swallowed whole. It was all it took to rob the man of control over his entire body. An hour shiver of fear. These were no mere big familiars. Immediately he realized that these were stepper monsters disguised as weird pigs.
捕まえたのはダムでした。
捕まえたのは D だってば。
ああ、でも残念。ご主人様は無口で無情で無関心。
結局どっちの手柄も同じこと。London Bridge is broken down, broken down, broken down.
Impossible! Expresses murmured 3 times. Not possible. Not possible. Not possible? The kingpins were one thing. Even having one's arm chopped off was in the realm of occupational hazard. In an instant, the blood was enveloped in a dense wave of magical energy. Though vexing, it was still impressive. None of these facts were particularly extraordinary. These rare familiars, their bizarre attack, the sheer innate magical energy to overwhelm others. He had experience with all of these things. His employer was skilled enough to achieve all of this as well. However...
どうするどうする？いつまで放置？
手足一本、瞬きだって贅沢だ。
お支払いは面倒でも、できればポンドでお願いします。
What were they? Not vessels. Not living creatures. Not beings powered by magic circuits. Even though all his arms had been bitten, none of his body would move. It was nothing like being bound or weakened. This felt more like he had become words written in a book, fated to keep to their page. As the running vigor's deformities indicated, he had overcome numerous curiosities and monstrosities. Illusions, entrapment, compulsions, freezings, petrifications, even petrifications, a power granted to only the pinnacle of mystic eyes. From poisons to magecraft, he had weathered a great deal. But this was something different altogether. The bounty that bought him now was based on a different principles from blood, flesh, oxygen, or heat. It was an unknown restraint that followed the rules he knew. Indeed, though it was terrifying to admit. It was as if he too encountered something alien to everything in this world.
London Bridge is broken down, broken down, broken down. London Bridge is broken down, my fair lady.
Bang sank into his left and right shoulders. For the first time in this form, he felt rage heat up inside him. The basis of all things had to be absolute. All mystics, all things obeyed some set of laws. If these pigs ignored this, along with his dignity.
さあ、3日で衰弱。
6日で溺死。
半年経てば惨めな骸骨。
でもご無礼。
面倒だから今殺そうか。
Aha! Though he had no voice, he let out an exasperated scream.
うげ！
うげげ！
なんて便利。自分の腕を外せる機構。
おお、お前こそ三国一のものだふよ。
The Dr. Bex fell into the stream. The exasperated scream was the sound of the figure tearing his arms from their sockets. Armless, he rushed the girl.
役立たず。あとで血置きが必要ね。
He may have lost his mangled arms, but not the object of his malice. Unless the guy pierced the heart of its victim, the magic circuit designed to stop a beating heart. It was beautiful in its simplicity. As a point-blank range, it was the equivalent of an unavoidable shotgun blast. Bitch, please? But tragically, that eye was all he had.
Build it up with wood and clay, wood and clay, wood and clay. Build it up with wood and clay, my fair lady.
He failed to realize that her song had changed. For the time, the earth-shattering strike was akin to the act of shooing away an insect. His green virgin veins pulsed. Broken bark covered his body, hardened sufficiently over centuries to repel even a chainsaw. On his forehead and the halomeres of colors was the word "Imet." Though judging from its misspelling, the inscription was purely decorative. GROOT! The name straw, I mean. It also went by the moniker falling down. Or alternatively, the Great Bridge. Admired in different forms, it was the first of 4 miracles.
テムズ、もう一体をお願い。
The giant responded to the girl's words. The roots ran deep into the earth. It raised its left arm to the heavens without moving a step. Elsewhere in the forest, however, the grinding figure who had chosen to flee the battle was running through the night forest at full speed. The record and provide a detailed description of the enemy. Those were the orders assigned to him. He poured all of his energy into escaping this forest with which he had become so familiar. In case of emergency, the plan was for the one to challenge the enemy, while the other made a tactical retreat in order to report to their master. He dashed through the forest. Gripped by fear, he was confident in his ability to perform the mission he was designed for. Nothing could catch him in these woods. Even the wolves could not drag him. His bird-like legs stumped as he kicked the ground. Perhaps it was his greater synthetic tastes that dictated their form than optimizing them for running. The chronic man could reach a maximum speed of 45 miles per hour. Well past the limit of any bipedal creature. After securing a distance of several miles, he turned around to confirm his safety. There was no sign of pursuit. His crescent-shaped mountain sliced like a relief. And then... oh, that's a big tree, GROOT. I thought it was I thought it was some kind of a person with a weird dragon. That's about to eat this guy for breakfast. After facing forward once more, he looked up to what guy was his doom. Not gonna lie, I like this one, by the way, alive.
London Bridge is broken down, broken down, broken down.
In the distance, he could hear the dark rhymes of Mergus. Gathers went extended from the ground. He formed some giant monstrosity that showed up images of an arc bridge, something resembling the giant arm.
London Bridge is broken down, my fair lady.
最終報告
Yeah?
生還は困難解析は困難転送は困難状況を終了しますはあ主よどうかこの身を守り
Bye bye.
済んだよね。お疲れ様。戻ってテムズ。次はもっと高価な場所ならいいのだけど。
The girl turned on her heel. The invaders who had set up shop in the woods were eliminated. She had no interest in whether he had been good or evil, nor how many victims he had claimed. The shackles of civic society held no sway over her. This was the way of a pure-blooded witch, the way of a minster.
僕たちは？ねえ、僕たちは？この腕抜けないんだけど。噛んだままだと僕らも動けないっていうかさ。ひどい。飛べない豚に用はないと。次はお役に立ちます、きっと。生まれてこの方、失敗続きの僕らだけど。壊れるまでに一度くらいは褒められたいね。
The girl let out a sigh and stepped into the stream. She removed her gloves and dipped her slender fingers into the ice water.
6の目は出すなって言うけど、6の目しか出ないようになってるわよね、あなたたち。
There was no response to her melancholy tone. In place of the once boisterous pigs were two black dice, now sitting in the palm of her hand. As Sigrid was about to say something to the scattered remains around her, she realized something that made her put a hand to her mouth.
お別れは済ませていたわね。目ぐらいは聞いておくべきだったかしら。
Alexander pale fingers cleaved her lips as if reluctant to part from them. Psychic again, she calmly left the dark woods the same way she had entered. Oh boy. There isn't that long of a volume, but it was packed with a lot of good shit. Oh my god. The music, the artwork, the animations. Visual styled. Were amazing. I forgot about this.